I honestly just can't feel anything but incredibly terrible for what's going on with the players right now. All I know is that the company is really in hot water, and they really, really, really need to redeem themselves somehow. Especially with the announcement of their anniversary rewards, with it being a 10 pull and a reset on the top-up rewards. I know in the Chinese presentation they said there's more to come, so hopefully during their Gamescom opening night, they can expand on what they are announcing.
Okay. Okay. That's not it, right? World premiere?
Slow Clap revealed Sifu earlier this year. Recently, I had a chance to go hands-on and play the game, and I can't believe this is happening. That's a sneak preview of me. I got to film this earlier this year. Can't believe it. Video games are taking me everywhere. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. Have a great Gamescom, and we'll see you again soon. See ya.
I was wondering if you could play that song again.
Which one, man?
The one that goes...
Whoa!
Actual real talk is that it's pretty clear that the reception for the 2.1 presentation, the presentation for the upcoming updates that we're going to get for this game has been negatively received from the Western audience. Not only was it delayed by a huge hour, but it's been quite apparent that a lot of people disliked the script the hosts were given for the presentation. And I've told my audience before, is that if you don't like the way a specific entertainer presents themselves, then don't fault the entertainer. Fault the people who gave them the script. Fault the higher-ups. Fault the people who are in charge of them. Because they're the ones responsible for giving the script, for giving the signals, for directing the professionals, these cast members to begin with. And this kind of is related to how a lot of people are involved in the subs for dubs debate in animation, whether it be a Japanese anime or another cartoon animated feature, in which people are very picky as to why the dub voice cast are not pronouncing specific words the way the regional voice cast pronounces specific terms. Well, it's because the higher-ups, the producer, the production team, anybody else in the higher-ups want their cast members to perform in a specific way that may or may not agree with the audience they're presenting the medium to. And for the most part, the cast members, any actors, performers, other entertainers, they're hired on. They sign a contract to abide by their higher-ups, their producers, their managers, anybody there who's in charge of them. They are to abide by their needs, by their contractual needs first, before the general public, before the general audience. And unless they're very uncomfortable with something that's gone by a contract, then there are times where the higher-ups, people in production, can agree with a cast member's and actor's discomfort in something that they would heavily advise to do for what they're paid for what they signed a contract for. It's just very unfortunate that's the scenario, and this isn't the first time this has happened for MiHoYo too, because the very first presentation they had, when they had a moderator from Discord present instead of a cast member at the time for the very first update presentation, she was reading off a script as well. And it was pretty clear that it was a completely inorganic presentation And the quality contrast between 1.1 and 1.2 was very apparent, especially when the synergy, the chemistry going on between Karina Betker and Zach Protagular, I like to call him Protagular, Zach Aguilar, was really well received from the 1.2 presentation. And sure, you could be asking, like, why aren't there specific cast members? Why aren't there specific voice artists at a specific presentation? They can only choose whoever's available. It's pretty clear here that the 2.1 presentation was just really scuffed to begin with. And at the time that I'm talking about this, there's supposed to be another presentation for Genshin Impact for the Gamescom opening night for Wednesday. And it's either going to be a repeat of the trailer we got, or they're actually going to give us some pretty good news to hopefully allow the company to redeem themselves.
So that was a lie.
There's a lot of people who will look to content creators and be like, oh, what do you have to say about this? My stance still stands, in which you just don't really give the actors, don't give the voiceover artists a hard time. Like, you have the right to be dissatisfied at the people who's in charge of them, not the actual performers themselves. They're just doing their job. They just signed a contract to get paid and be a personality with the script that they're given. So I've watched like a few content creators give their stance, give their thoughts on the matter, and most of them have done pretty well to address the situation and put it in a neutral stance that hopefully will make people aware to just not give the voice artists enough of a hard. They already come around like under so much fire. There's enough like toxicity. There's enough like negative outlook of the Genshin Impact community on social media, as with any large fandom in any game, any pop culture community. So even at least like a small message, a message from any content creator, whether it be large or small, it can hopefully make, pun intended, some kind of impact. It may not be like the most positive impact, but I hope that any kind of message from influencers, both large and small, of this game can make some kind of difference in the player's outlook on the actors. Because MiHoYo always has room to improve on all their IPs, on themselves as a company, and how they interact with their community in the future. So, here's to hoping that all of the messages from all the influencers doesn't fall completely on deaf ears. Is that how you put it? And hopefully, with enough reception, if the company does pay attention, that all the influencers, big or small, are trying their best to make sure that the actors who are really amazing talents for the game, for the English dub, and even passionate like gamers of Genshin Impact, don't receive like any more negative outlook from this experience. And hopefully that this could be a huge learning experience that MiHoYo can really learn on and reflect upon. And if not like make less of the same mistake, completely not make the same mistake or two again in the near future for the presentation of any of their updates going forward. Because there are people who have said they would prefer to watch the Chinese presentation with English subtitles over what was presented for the English presentation, which has been said for both 1.1 and 2.1 in general. So that's my take, that's my hot take.